Dear Diary, it's Fauci, the master of spin. Mini-me's here, we run this game. mRNA tech, it's our domain. We spread the fear, then the comply. Boost after boost, profits fly high. World domination, our final prize. That's the plan, no more disguise. Dr. Evil Fauci back with the scheme. Yeah, Mini-Me 1, hype the team. mRNA, the gain of function dream. Mini-Me 2, we own the scene. Masks and lockdowns, we spread the fear. Lies on lies, crystal clear. Pfizer profits control the game. Evil reigns, remember the name. Dear Diary, Fauci's back, Dr. Evil in the cell. Framed again, but I'm plotting my revenge. Mandatory boosters, world control, billions or bust. No accountability, statue in DC, mahahaha. They don't appreciate my genius, but I'll rise. Watch your back, the evil plan is mine. My name's Dr. Evil, the only doc you need. Scare him with a virus, call it something extreme. Fill him full of fear, then jab him in the cheek. Get rich and famous, now the cash is what I speak. Boss, that plan makes no sense. Who cares? It sounds cool. My name's Dr. Evil, I'm the only doc you need. Every crazy master plan starts with a little greed. Scare him, stare him, that's my comic book routine. Then my mini-mez yell, boss, you're making quite a scene. My name's Dr. Evil, I'm the only doc you need. Every crazy master plan starts with a little greed. Break it down! Go, Dr. Evil! Watch this spin. That's cold freeze. Yeah, on curve. Dr. Evil Fauci in the cell writing in my diary. They frame me again, but I'm the genius, see? Mandatory boosters, billions or bust. No accountability, world domination's a must. Statue in DC, evil plan supreme. They don't appreciate, but I run the meme.
Wow, awesome. What's up, everybody? So great, everybody, to be here tonight. 5.3 earthquake, 10 to 15 miles east of the Suez Canal. Dormant fault, not so dead. Wow, that's crazy. AI is a nightmare, never-ending April Fool's Day. It is, ain't it, Doc? It's crazy. Long Beach or Huntington. Yes. Plead the fifth on a pardon. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see. 93 all day here, says Sylvia in California, but super humid last 3 weeks. That's cool. What's up, CF Rob? Good to see you. Miss Hacker, good to see you. Good to see you, Lisa. Doc, what's up? Sylvia, great to see you. Gundam's here. What's up, Gundam? What's up, Joe? Awesome to have you. That coming from the guy who's number one. That's right, Greg. That's right. It's time for Jim to tell you the news with our favorite lazy co-star, Bella, on Bellavision. Yeah, that's her. Not in my normal order, but this is my alma mater for my sins. Well, crazy. Awesome. What's up, Finch? Good to see you. Awesome. Les Paul's here. What's up? Miss Gatlin, S.E. Gatlin. Nanya Business is here too. What's up? Snake Eater was first. I'm back. Number one. Yes. So yeah, what's up, everybody? Sorry, no show last night. Had some things to take care of. What's up, Cree Dog? Good to see you. What's new? Got a lot of news stories to talk about tonight. We're going to start off with the illegal alien crimes, and we're going to get into this Iran war deal, and then we'll talk about these Fauci probes. 3 states now. 3 states. Rumble for the win. It's rumble for the win. Mm-hmm. That's no excuse, Jim. What's no excuse? I don't know what that means. What's up? Thank you for 1 gifted membership. That means right now we are 94 away from adding a first additional hour and just 44 away from Billavision. Well, okay. For the no show. Well, I'm trying to make some changes. I got to, replanning some things out, doing some stuff. We'll see how it goes. And then it says that Cord Wayner 5767 received a gifted membership from Lurch Linger. That's what that says. Cord Wayner. That's right. Welcome to the JimSomniacs. And then with this, it says Doc gifted 5 Jim Tells You memberships. Wow. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So that means right now we are just $64 away from adding a first additional hour. And Bellavision has been activated. Thank you so much to everybody. And then Joe says, come on, keep it going. Join me for 2. Thank you so much. That means we're now just $62 away from adding a first additional hour. Congratulations to all the gift recipients. Let's see who got those other ones. It says that, let's see here. Not That Karen, S.J. Devon, Sherry Ward, Deborah Coleman 8663, and Sheila Marie all became members of the JimSomniacs. So thank you. Thank you so much. And welcome. And then CF Rob comes in with 2, says he's joining. Well, thank you. That means right now we're just 60 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Thank you all so much. And maybe while we're at it, maybe I will give out 5 gifted memberships. Yes, I'll give out 5 gifted memberships. They don't go towards the goal, but they do go to people. So my gifted membership says Larice Wagner and Violet Lilac, Donut Gambler, Oi Moral Fat 40 ounce, and Jeanette Buffington all became members of the JimSomniacs. Thanks to me, little old me. What's up, Spuds? Lady Bama, good to see you. Sounds good. Open some tabs here. No. All right. Well, let's jump into the first news story. What do we say? Let's get into the illegal alien crimes. Let's get it going. What's up, Fran? Good to see you. Let's get it on. I still haven't gotten a free membership yet. Well, I don't know. I don't know how that works exactly. I don't know how they decide. So we're going to get right into the roundup from the 26th. So it's about a week old. About a week old per se, but we didn't get to it, so we will. And then we got a rant on Rumble from Spuds for 5, says rally time. With that, we're now just 55 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Thank you to everyone, especially Spuds and everyone else who donated tonight. So illegal alien roundup, it's been 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks. So here's a roundup. We got Bay County, Florida, Blaine County, Idaho, Marion County, Indiana. Look at these. Oh, Sacramento, Loudoun County, Virginia. Wow. Davis County, Utah. Wow. there's the pictures. Some of these people I think we covered when they happened. So, oh, hey, that person doesn't look familiar. So, number one is Bay County, Florida. An illegal alien accused of 82-year-old pedestrian death. An 82-year-old Florida woman was killed after being run over by an SUV in a Publix parking lot. And authorities say the driver is a Venezuelan national, allegedly in the country illegally. Oh, you don't say. So Deborah Murphy was walking on a crosswalk outside a store. Suarez Contreras has been charged with driving with a canceled license causing death. Yes, all white. They're all white. That's right. Deportation number update. Oh, okay. We'll get to that. We will get to that. So charged with driving with a canceled license. Both he and his passenger were hit with ICE detainers. So it was two illegal aliens. Oh, wow. The passenger fled the scene on foot before law enforcement arrived. Deputy reported he only returned when I had Suarez Contreras call him. They had expired visas and they were released into ICE custody. Before the immigration investigation, the deputy noted they gave suspicious answers to his questions at the scene. Under Florida law, an illegal immigrant cannot obtain a state-issued driver's license. Florida alone reported 678 pedestrian deaths for over 10,500 crashes. So Murphy's twin daughters said, "We're determined to find justice and see this guy held accountable." Her family remembers her as a light who was vibrant with so many memories to be made. He's pled not guilty at his arraignment. Another American killed by someone who should never have been here. Vibrant grandma killed by a legal alien. It's a horrible story, isn't it? Horrible, horrible story. And the second one, Blaine County, Idaho, a man at the detainer arrested for penetration by foreign object. Like, what does this mean exactly? Penetration by a foreign object. White people suck. They do. They're terrible. Eastwind Farms, what's up? Good to see you. Not that Karen. There you go. They forgot that I've been taking care of myself for 7 years since my sweet hubby passed with no help from them. Oh, sorry. That was meant for someone else. Yes, look at all the white people. Look at them all. So in May, Javier Alega Vilches was arrested for sexual battery and forcible penetration with an object. He has an immigration detainer. Wow. This is crazy. Should say squatting location rather than hometown. Yeah. Ugly, violent, brown, illegal Hispanic predator makes him bailless on his way back to his third world country. Exterminate. This Marion County, Indiana, man at detainer arrested for child molestation. You don't say. Gamara Willio Juno Cherry was arrested for child molestation. He has an immigration detainer hold. Oh, this says it's a black man, not Hispanic or Latino. His name is Gamara Willio Chunero Cherry. Huh. No picture, huh? No picture on this guy. That's weird. You able to find anything on this one? Suspect arrested. Woman found dead in Parkway Village. Oh. Wow. Mrs. Bossier Parish, Louisiana, legal alien arrested for 579 counts of child porn. Wow. You got an illegal alien. Can you guys hear me good? Does it sound good? It looks white to me. Yeah. Murphy's daughter's law. Yeah. Oh, Jason, I don't know what to say about it. I don't know why we're believing anything Iran says. So he's charged with 2 counts of production of child porn and 579 counts of possession of CSAM. Democrats are still protecting these pedophiles. Yeah. Imagine that. Another legal alien commit another crime. You realize they will use the doll as a defense, but they use it as a replacement. Yeah. And then, Gaston County, North Carolina, legal alien charged for producing child porn, incest, and rape. He was previously charged for raping a child and 2 counts of incest. This is the kind of monster the Democrats riot in the streets to protect. You don't say. Another white man out there committing crimes. He was in North Carolina, by the way, and it's so much worse than you can imagine. According to the grand jury indictment, he produced a visual depiction of the sex abuse with a child. Yeah. Look at this. Legal alien charged with sexually assaulting, murdering 2-year-old girl in Virginia. Well. Cache County. Is it Cache County? Cache County, Utah. Legal alien charged for sex crimes against a child. Mexican illegal charge with heinous sex crimes against a child in Utah. 37-year-old legal alien is facing a slew of felony charges for sexually abusing an underage girl for months. Months. Marion County is Indianapolis. Wow. The Gulf states are pushing it. Yeah, I don't know why the Gulf states, what's up with them. I really don't. Just another family man. Yeah. Hey, America First, how you doing? Democrats want to understand and forgive them. They don't want to punish them. Yeah. So here's this one. It says, Mexican illegal charge with heinous sex crimes against a child in Utah. Angel Manuel Mendoza Diaz was arrested Tuesday in Logan, a city in Cache County. Is it Cache County or Cache County? I don't know. Near the Idaho border. He's been under investigation since March after the mother of a 16-year-old girl told authorities that her daughter had been in a relationship with him. He helped the child set a password on WhatsApp to hide their messages. The Mexican began picking up the girl from school September 2025 for makeout sessions in his car where he would sexually abuse her. The girl said he repeatedly requested nude pictures and wanted to get her pregnant once she turned 18. Yes, hell is not hot enough for these people. You ain't kidding. I ask God for patience and acceptance that someone else is going to fix the stuff. If I asked him for the strength, he would also need to send bail monies. No. Yes, just imagine it. Imagine being the type of person that doesn't want these people out of your country. It's quite shocking, isn't it? Like extremely shocking. Extremely shocking. The girl also described controlling behavior, including telling her not to attend school dances or to text her ex-boyfriend. He's charged with 8 felony counts, forcible sex abuse of a minor. ICE lodged a detainer. He's not a Logan man. He's a Mexican illegal alien. Yeah, so it says 37-year-old Logan man faces more than a dozen felony charges. What do they do? Hey, Maureen Hooper, what's up? Glad to be here. Does anyone have a problem with getting it on Rumble? Haven't been able to get in and watch anything. Rumble acts real weird, man. Rumble acts really, really, really weird. It really does. Rumble is super weird. It's super weird. Rumble is super weird. Indiana Governor Brown is a Republican. He's cracking down. No hiring of illegals. Good. Hey, Ruby King is rated to stream. Thank you, Ruby King. It's super freaky. Yes, it is. He's being held without bail. He's doing court August 3rd, so tomorrow. Oh, you're NASCAR Mo? Okay, that's awesome. Awesome. Thanks for being here, NASCAR Mo. This is crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Tulsa County, Oklahoma, man, a detainer arrested for murder and injuring 2 others. Injuring 2 others. Wow. Man accused of World Cup argument murder in Oklahoma, now on immigration detainer.
Lori and Jonathan, investigators say the suspect, Jeffrey Leon Paz, stabbed 3 people, all after an argument about World Cup soccer. It happened at an apartment complex near 11th and Highway 169 Thursday night. Police found a woman and two men stabbed, and there was blood everywhere. The woman died, and police arrested Jeffrey Leon Paz in the parking lot.
This was absolutely wild, and it's one of those things where we see, unfortunately, quite a few homicides in Tulsa. This one was brutal and vicious.
Police say the woman and Leon Paz worked together, and she invited him over to hang out with her and her friends and drink. Investigators say they started talking about World Cup soccer and how well Team Mexico was doing, and that's when Leon Paz got upset and grabbed the knife.
Suddenly, this suspect, this 21-year-old suspect, starts stabbing people, stabs a female. She dies, starts stabbing someone else, and the boyfriend of the female intervenes to stop the whole thing, and he gets stabbed.
The woman's boyfriend was stabbed in the chest, but escaped and found a neighbor to call 911.
As a suspect was just there in the parking lot, covered in blood, had bruises on him, and just gave up.
Leon Paz told police he didn't remember much of what happened.
Hey, what's up,
Remembers
Sweet Tooth?
pushing and
Thanks for staying
fighting.
by.
I don't know what was going on in this person's head, but clearly his decisions, were either prompted by some emotional imbalance. He was overwhelmed with this idea of violence, or there's something else going on that we don't know about, some underlying issue that we may never know about.
Well, thank you to FFS for rating the stream. That's very nice of you for rating over all the people. I hope everybody checks it out and sticks around for a while. That's right, Bats. That's right. Hit the like. See, PB Max says Dems argue that people only complain when illegals commit these crimes, but not Americans, which is insane. Yeah, well, the thing is, the illegals shouldn't be here anyway, so we don't need these extra crimes. We really don't. We don't need the extra crimes. That's right. Hello, Raiders. Welcome aboard. It was a mostly peaceful stabbing. Yes, mostly peaceful stabbing. So he was arrested in the murder stabbing, and he's a white male. What do you know? Nice white male. Yeah. Nice white male. Now we got Rowan County, North Carolina, illegally arrested for hit and run that killed 3. ICE confirms the illegal status of the man accused of a hit and run crash that killed 3 in North Carolina. Wow.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement is now asking Salisbury police to turn over a man charged in a crash that killed 3 people. Police say it happened just before 11 Saturday night on Mooresville Road near Town Court. 2 people died at the scene. A third person died at the hospital. Javier Peñasola was taken to the hospital and later charged with 3 counts of felony hit and run. ICE agents say he is in the country illegally. Immigration and Customs.
Wow. Pat says, my cousin rented scuba gear once. I loved it, but couldn't afford to do it myself. It's very expensive. It's very expensive to scuba. It is. If you outlay the money, and you take the classes and get certified and you buy your, get your own gear and you just rent like tanks and stuff like that, it's more affordable, but you got to have a boat. You got to have all this other stuff. And, thank you for Bent. Thanks for swinging by. And hi, Cynic. Great to see you. One extra murder and rapist is one too many. That's right. If that's a white man, then I'm Eric July. Well, nice to meet you, Mr. Eric July. Nice big blackhead on that chin. Yes. Yes. And I don't know if you guys have been up all night, if you're hungry and everything, but you can consider maybe buying some meat from the King of Biltong over at www.biltongusa.com. If you use promo code JIM, you'll save 10%. Those 8-ounce bags make excellent gifts. It's really good. They also have other cakes, cookies, snacks, and candies that you can get from around the world. They have sausages along with the biltong, drawers, and cabanasi. One is pork, one is beef, and the biltong is all 100% natural, grown beef in Texas, grown and raised, born and raised in Texas, and harvested in Texas. No preservatives, no additives, Wagyu and Angus. Yeah, it's the greatest stuff. If you want a little bit of heat, check out the Peri Peri. If you like it a lot spicier, check out the Ghost Pepper or Carolina Reaper for some fire. And tell them Jim sent you if you head over to www.biltongusa.com. Yeah, fighting over the communist sports. What's up, Jeremy Burtz? How you doing? Oh, look at this. Be more entertaining, old man. Like and subscribe, Bish. Well, thank you. Thank you for the 5. That's greatly appreciated. That means we're now halfway there, folks. We're now halfway to an extra hour, thanks to Cynic there with his 5 and his very disrespectful comment. What's up, sweet Daydream? Yeah, Frisky was just standing next to me, but then she ran. Thank you for being here. And you own the tank. You need to get recertified every 4 years. So, yeah, hobbies cost a lot, even if you're using tanks for air guns. Yes. Hey, Dan Blackroyd. What's up? Jim sent me here. Well, thanks, Dan. Thanks for being here. Hey, Dan, what's the deal in Australia? Why would somebody have a battery-powered lawnmower, like a little rechargeable battery lawnmower on this big yard? That's right. Ooh, $5 last of the big spenders. He is. He don't play. Jonathan Marcus, what's up? Hello, how you doing? He wants you to sing. We'll see. Maybe later. Maybe later we'll sing. Maybe later. Did we play this already?
Customs enforcement is now asking Salisbury police to turn over a man charged in a crash that killed 3 people. Police say it happened just before 11 Saturday night on Mooresville Road near Town Court. 2 people died at the scene. A 3rd person died at the hospital. Javier Peñasola was taken to the hospital and later charged with 3 counts of felony hit and run. ICE agents say he is in the country illegally. Immigration and Customs.
Wow. In the country illegally. Sacramento County, California, illegal alien arrested for sexual abuse at a daycare. Sexual abuse at a daycare. Can you believe this? A daycare. Biden illegal charged with sexually abusing a 6-year-old girl while working at a daycare. They should just use goats and take care of it in one day. I don't know. Them little battery lawnmowers came a long way in the past 10 years. Hey, Curse Heart Creations, thanks for being here. A Turkish national who illegally entered the U.S. multiple times under the Biden regime is accused of raping a child in Sacramento County. And investigators believe there may be more victims. Full story in the replies. Wow. Male. Turkish illegal unleashed by Biden, charged with sexually abusing a 6-year-old. Well, we're going to have to. This stuff makes me sick to my stomach. You too, me too. Have you tried being an obnoxiously loud dwarf? It's hard for me to be a dwarf. I'd have to cut my legs off or something. Now, why do you think that Turkish man wanted a job at the daycare to begin with? That's a question that makes, inquiring minds want to know. Yes, the Young Turks. Yes, this is one of Chunk Yogurt's men. Turkish national illegally entered multiple times, is facing charges for raping a 6-year-old girl. Hey, Mismo, great to see you. Happy to have you here. What's up? Hey, Jeremy Burtz, what's up? How you doing? So the horrifying abuse report unfolded in July, but the Department of Homeland Security just released the suspect's immigration background exclusively to the Border Hawk. The victim's family filed a lawsuit against Mother Child Care Center located in Sacramento County. At the time, Gökhan Bagki, now 27, was working at the facility, which is owned by his uncle and primarily caters to local Turkish immigrant community. Wow. The suit alleges that Baki, who has been in a local custody since August 2025, lured the child into a closet under the guise of playing hide and seek. He molested the child and then brought her into a bathroom where he brutally raped her. This sounds like somebody who should be under the prison, put through a wood chipper and then the remains under the prison. He's arrested by the sheriff's office August 22nd, charged with 4 felony counts of lewd and lascivious acts with a child younger than 14. Why do they have to word it like that? Why don't they just call it rape? Why is it lewd and lascivious acts? Why isn't it rape? It's rape. Additional immigration and customs enforcement, child molestation. They change the words to make it soften what it is. So ICE has lodged a detainer against Baki, but it's unclear if it'll be honored by the authorities in the sanctuary jurisdiction. That's a waste of electricity. Feed them to the lions at the zoo. That would work too. He was caught after illegally crossing the southern border in November 2023, but was released by the Biden administration. Weeks later, he flew back to Istanbul only to cross the border again in September of 2024. The lawsuit alleges that Baki was left unsupervised with children at the daycare for long periods at a time while his uncle slept or worked on a computer, leading investigators to suspect there may be more victims. It's sick. It is. It's horrible. It's horrible. He's being held on a $200,000 bond. It should be a lot more bond. It should be should be like under the jail type bond. Like not even questionable. So Loudoun County, Virginia, illegal alien arrested for attempted abduction of a woman.
This man who was in the U.S. illegally is now accused of attacking a woman on a busy walking trail. The attack happened just over a week ago in Loudoun County. The victim escaped and her alleged attacker is on the loose, or was on the loose until now. 7 News' Liana Golden is live in Sterling where this all happened. Liana, what do we know about this attempted kidnapping?
Well, Adriana, attempted is the word here. Thankfully, this woman was able to get away. This happened across the street here from the Great Falls Plaza Shopping Center where we are right now. This is Algonquian Parkway between us. Obviously, still very dark at this hour. We're showing you the beginning of this trailhead here. It gets very busy throughout the day. Runners, walkers, joggers, people just enjoying the outdoors.
Hey,
and that
Roselle,
is what this woman
great to
was
see ya.
doing when she was attacked. Take a look at your screen here. This is the suspect, Rolando Velasquez. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office says he's facing abduction charges as well as assault and battery. He's behind bars right now over at the county jail, and we're told he is in the country illegally. Authorities say a federal ICE detainer is on file for him as he remains in local custody. So the attack happened just about a week ago, last Wednesday at 8:30 at night. It was still somewhat light outside at that hour. 7 News spoke with the woman's husband, both of them wanting to remain anonymous, of course, due to the sensitivity of the story. He said that Velasquez allegedly grabbed her from behind the neck, even by her ponytail at one point. It was a struggle. She fought him off and escaped. Her husband says she's a former college athlete, so obviously very strong there, very brave. She ran across the street to the shopping center and called 911. Had some minor injuries, but thankfully nothing serious. Physically, of course, scary to go through something like that emotionally.
Wow. White boys be going cray-cray. Yes, they do. They be going cray-cray. So here it is. So Rolando Sanchez Velasquez has been arrested by reduction, assault, and battery. He responded to the area after receiving a report from a pedestrian who was approached and grabbed on a walking trail and called 911. Okay, so let's see. See, is it going to say anything about this? Another Steve Descano special. More on this criminal background. He was out on bail. Multiple DUIs. So Sanchez, Velasquez, Rolando, class 1 charges, disposition information. Noli Prosco, they just let him go. They just let him go. That's what they do. The Loudoun Sheriff Office say they arrested him, abduction and assault. I want to see. I'm just looking to see if it's going to give us a breakdown of what he, like if it's going to say what he is or anything. No, doesn't say. Doesn't say. They're not keeping track of that there in Virginia, I guess. Doesn't say what race he is. Mm-hmm. So. Mm-hmm. Travis County, Texas. Man and detainer arrested for sexual assault of a child. Why don't they call it what it is? Yeah, she was very lucky. Very lucky. It's getting to the point that everyone's going to have to start carrying. Yes. Yes, it is. Everyone should. Is it common in their countries or are they just crazy? I think it's a lot more common than people want to admit in certain countries. Yeah. They're crazy there. That's where the gay kid anally raped a girl and sent him to a different school. That's right. That's right. So earlier this month, Ruben Marzano Guerrero was arrested for aggravated sexual assault on a child, indecent with a child, sexual contact, and more. He was initially arrested in Guadalupe County. An immigration detainer listed there. Marzano Guerrero had a warrant for these crimes since 2013. Oh, what do you know? Travis County, new warrant. Ruben Marzano Guerrero. He's a white male. Good to know. A white male. Sexual assault of a child, aggravated sexual assault of a child, indecent with a child, indecency, aggravated sexual assault of a child, indecent with a child. Wow. $5,000 surety bond on all these. That's not very much, but he is a white male, according to this. This is a white male that's raping kids. Always labeled as white. Yeah, always. That's how they keep the stats, the way they want them to be. Louisiana County, Virginia, legal alien arrested for murder of a 2-year-old. Wow. Legal alien Raul Ortiz is charged with murder and aggravated sexual assault of a 2-year-old girl. So not only did he murder the 2-year-old girl, he also raped the 2-year-old girl. I thought Hispanic was a race. But they say it is. That's what they call La Raza. Doesn't that mean the race? La Raza, the race, or something like that? No. Yep, Travis County is awesome. They be liberal as hell. Before I forget, I got a text from one of my soldiers that he made it back home for his deployment, was asking how to deal with the loss of a troop. Can't say who or country. Sorry, asking for prayers. Oh, well, prayers for them, and give them the strength, God, to make it.
Rachel, that baby girl died earlier this month, but today the Louisiana Sheriff's Office announced details about the case and the man they think is responsible. Now, this is 29-year-old Raul Ortiz Moran. He is accused and charged with second-degree murder and aggravated sexual assault. Authorities say the mother of the 2-year-old girl brought her to the Goochland Sheriff's Office on the afternoon of July 4th, asking for help. She just left a home in Louisiana. Deputies immediately tried to save the child, rushing her to the hospital, but she did not make it. He was first taken into custody by ICE based on his immigration status and remains in federal custody without bond pending this case in Louisiana. We do not know if there is any relationship between the suspect and the mother and her.
Yeah, they don't know. Oh, they don't know. No, they don't know. Well, there is. Yes. Did you know that if you asked the average Central and South American person if they were white, they would answer you no? Yes, they would all answer no. They would say, no, we're not white. What are you, crazy? They hate white people. Yes, we're praying for your friend, Joe. Praying for your friend and for the family of the lost soldier. Someone explain to my stupid ass why they're calling him white. I see it often on Amber Alerts. They obviously call Latinos as white. What the hell? Yeah. Biden's legacy in cockroach form. Mike Moran. Yes, it is. Prayers. Mexican national's been charged with illegally raping and murdering a 2-year-old girl. He's arrested by ICE, now being held pending federal charges. This is who Abigail Sperm Gurgler is protecting in Virginia. Yep, there she is, Sperm Gurgler. This is who she's protecting. Wow, that's crazy, isn't it? That does look like the Wicked Witch, doesn't it? Does look like the Wicked Witch. This is when whenever a murdering rapist gets deported, the liberals just cry. They just cry. They want him to stay. They want them to stay. More details on his immigration status from Bill Malugin. Okay, let's see. Maybe it'll say he was ordered deported. He got away. He was a got away. It's not going to say, but I guarantee he's listed as white. Definitely, he's definitely white. Definitely white. Dauphin County, Pennsylvania, man at detained and arrested for stabbing murder. For stabbing murder. For stabbing murder. Joaquin Carceres Anuela was arrested for murder and the stabbing death of Luis Garcia.
New tonight at CBS 21 exclusive. We are hearing from the family of a man killed at a Harrisburg stoplight. Police say the suspect told them he didn't know the victim, but the victim's family and investigators are saying that's not the case. Yasmin Cowan live in Harrisburg right now with how they're navigating this tragedy. Yasmin.
Candace, tonight the victim's family is sharing the heartbreaking moments following the stabbing. The family says the incident happened just a few feet away from their home, and the victim's brother says he heard his brother crying out for help.
When he came outside and he saw his brother screaming for his name and asking him to call an ambulance.
Yes, court records say that this happened on Saturday around 10:45 and that the suspect, Joaquin Cáceres Analea, told police that he was at a stoplight inside of a black Dodge where he was sitting on the passenger side and says he saw a random man approach a car and that he got punched in the face. He says before he got punched in the face again, he then stabbed the man without making eye contact, according to police. Police identified the victim as Luis Garcia. The family calls him Enrique. When I spoke to Isaac, the brother, he says he came out of the home and saw his brother covered in blood.
Very sad. He feels lonely. He's the only brother here besides him or his mom and father in Mexico.
Yes, Isaac says him and his brother Enrique came from Mexico to Harrisburg to take care of their family and send money back to them and work together. He says he's grieving deeply because he lost the only brother he had with him.
So here's the thing, not only did illegal immigration let a murderer in, but the guy who died was clearly an illegal alien too. Him and his brother are there to send money back to their parents. They came there to send money back to their parents to work here. Juan Garcia wasn't enough seems redundant. So they're not really saying that, but the guy who died clearly was also an illegal alien, and his brother's also an illegal alien. I wonder if ICE is going to grab the brother. So the victim hit person at red light, then gets stabbed in self-defense. Is that what happened? I don't know. Just give me a day or two heads up when a moment's break. Oh God.
So today, police are investigating the situation. They say that when they did conduct an interview with the suspect, he said that he didn't know where the knife was, but he later admitted the knife was in the river. So we know he's facing charges including murder and several other crimes as well. So we know he has been denied bail, and his next hearing is scheduled for July 23rd.
So this is going to show, this is the guy. He admitted to stabbing Garcia. Investigators believe the suspect and victim knew each other. Pled guilty to loitering and prowling in 2023, in addition to 2 drug charges. So the guy on the left killed the guy on the right. Let's see here. It says, this says race Hispanic. What do you know? Race Hispanic. Oh, well. No, this says race white. Now, wait a minute. This says in the court system, race white. Race, nothing. Oh, here, they don't even have it listed here. So see, they do this, they don't list it. So that way they can't still just screw it up. Cherokee County, Alabama, illegal alien arrested for rape of a child at a restaurant. Oh, what do you know? So we are at war. A pedophile illegal alien arrested for raping a child in a Subway restaurant bathroom in Alabama. Sudeep Hamal should be executed, not given amnesty as the entire Democrat Party and some weak Republicans are calling for.
An arrest was made in connection to an incident at a Subway restaurant there. Police say Sudeep Hamal is in the country illegally and was taken into custody by ICE. Now, police tell us their investigation turned up probable cause to charge this man with rape and sexual assault. Investigators have not released, though, more information about the case or what first brought officers to that restaurant. Hamal is being held in the Cherokee County Jail ahead of an Anna's Law hearing. An arrest was made in connection.
Yes. It's a miracle. Yes, he's been converted to white. It is. It's a miracle. It's how bad the FBI crime stats must actually be without all the whites. Right? That's the problem, right? That is the problem. That is. So that would solve a lot, yeah. Salt Lake County, Utah, migrant arrested for raping 2 girls. Arab migrants charged with raping children in Utah. Youssef Muzen Youssef and Ali Odai Ahmad, both 18, were unleashed in the U.S. by the Biden regime. They were arrested for luring and raping 13-year-old girls in Salt Lake City. Oh, they're hanging out the parks. Rape of a child, lewdness of a child, Odia. This guy, Youssef, raping a child. Wow. Biden's Arab migrants charged with raping child in Utah. Maybe put 50% tariff on all money sent out of the U.S. There should be some kind of tariffs or some kind of what they call it on remittances. There should be some taxes paid on remittances. The fact that there's not is a joke. Yeah, Biden's migrants, Arab migrants, raping children's. Both 18-year-old suspects were arrested in Salt Lake County. Yeah, but Salt Lake County in Utah is very liberal. Very liberal. Murray Police Department officer approached a suspicious vehicle at a local park and observed two people quickly getting dressed inside. According to arrest documents, the officer found several used condoms. Mm-hmm. Wow. 13-year-old female stated they've been having sexual relations. Mhm. Wow. That's crazy. I'll be honest, I was having sex. Is that illegal here? Like in the park, Yusuf said. The girl who was with Yusuf was taken to a local hospital. The men admitted they knew the girls were underage, but claimed his victim declined to engage. However, since being charged with rape of a child, Murray police arrested Muzzin Yusuf for sexual abuse, rape, and lewdness involving a child. They arrested Ali Adaya Ahmad for lewdness involving a child and sexual abuse of a child. He was admitted in the United States in 2023 under the Biden administration. Authorities say Yusuf and Ahmad used social media apps to meet underage girls for sexually abuse them. They're urging any other victims to contact the MPD. Yes, the MPD. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They have been controlling the information we receive for a long time to manipulate us. Yes, it's propaganda. There was recently a fee on money leaving the U.S. I'll have to look up to speak correctly, though. They said they were going to put something on remittances, but I don't know why not. Very rarely see drug money leaving the U.S. confiscated. Yeah. Should happen, though. Yeah, thanks, Biden. You're the best. Wait, what? Sex in a park is a crime? Well, if it's a 13-year-old girl, and that would be a crime. Salt Lake stopped publishing country of birth and booking records because of how common this has become and how much pressure the state's gotten for welcoming these third world criminals with open arms. Miami-Dade County, Florida. Woman on detainer arrested for human trafficking. Earlier this month, Angela Cordero Cabrera was arrested for human trafficking a victim under 18 for commercial sex. She's accused of working as a prostitute along with a 16-year-old girl. Both women stated they work for a Venezuelan they know as El Guaro, who runs a prostitution ring out of Orlando and Miami. White female. This is a white female is over here working with underage girls in prostitution. Yes, very white, very white female. Yes. So my understanding, both females were engaged in prostitution before traveling to Miami, and both were working for a male known as El Guaro. El Guaro was described as a Venezuelan male operating a sophisticated prostitution ring with multiple females and males working out of the Orlando, Miami area. Stated she would be able to identify him if she saw a picture. So are they going to get El Guaro? The Venezuelans are the worst of the illegals that have invaded our country. Yeah. How to report an immigration violation. You guys should take this off. So immigration violations include criminal acts, visa violations, or public safety threats. You can contact U.S. Immigration Enforcement. They take anonymous tips by phone and online. You can use the online ICE tip form or call 1-866-347-2423 if you are in U.S. or Canada. If you're in any other country, 1-802-872-6199. That's if you want to report somebody, for being a legal alien crime and stuff like this. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, woman's doing it. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. How do they qualify as white and people of color? I don't know. I don't get it, KK. I don't get it, but they're there. That's what they do. And then Karen Mannings for one. Jim tells you membership. Thank you so much, Karen. Greatly appreciated. That means right now, folks, we are just $44 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. That's wonderful. Let's see who got that membership. Mm-hmm. It says that why is my What is going on? Why is my chat frozen? There we go. Mike Moran. Mike Moran received a gifted membership. So welcome to the Jim Somniacs, Mike Moran. And thank you so much, Karen Mannings, for the gifted membership. We could report Obama. That would be nice. Yes. Yes. Welcome, Mike. Women many times act as recruiters. Prostitution is just another career. It's frozen for you. Yeah, I had to refresh. It was completely frozen. I had to actually refresh to get it to come up. It was stuck on like 20 minutes ago. It's crazy. So another Utah illegal alien arrested for murder of an elderly veteran. An elderly veteran gunned down at home by Biden illegal with violent history in Sanctuary, California. That's crazy. Oh, look at this. We got another 5 coming in from Mike Moran. A 60-year-old woman with a heavy accent working at Circle K told me she won $600,000 on Lotto and started a business in Mexico. Guarantees she and her family are on government assistance. It's probably true, and it's crazy, and I can't believe it. Thank you so much, Mike, for the 5. With that, folks, we are now just 39 away. Sorry, just 39 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Thank you so much to everybody. That's good. He missed my bad dad joke. I don't know. I'm doing the best I can to catch as much as I can. Commercial prostitution. What about industrial prostitution? Yeah, I think that's when they set up like a conveyor belt line. That's how they do it. America First says, the way I look at this, there were people in Central and South America long before the Europeans arrived. They mix with the Europeans, but they still have the DNA of their ancestors, so they're not purely white. Yeah, so an elderly veteran gunned down at home by a Biden illegal alien. Randy Whitten was hanging decorations on his porch in Utah when a Salvadoran suspect gunned him down at random, then fled to Vegas. Oh, wow. I was just looking to see if there might have been a news story. Yeah, another white on white crime. A lot of white on white crime happening. So an illegal unleashed in the U.S. by the Biden administration and repeatedly sheltered from federal immigration enforcement in California has been charged in a brutal execution of a decorated military veteran at his home in Utah. He fled to Vegas. Yes, fled to Vegas. The shocking incident unfolded in West Point on May 30th, but Department of Homeland Security just provided Border Hawk with key details about the immigration background of the suspect. Before 6:30 p.m., police were called to the residence of James Randy Whitten, a 71-year-old veteran of the U.S. Army and Air Force. There is a news story. We'll get to that in 1 second. So the shooter and primary suspect was finally located June 16th in Las Vegas, Nevada. They arrested Axel Eduardo Chavez Marroquin on charges of murder with a dangerous weapon. He's a citizen of El Salvador. Entered California in 2021, was released by the Biden administration. In 2024, he was charged with domestic violence in Santa Ana, California, and in 2025, he was charged with domestic violence in Laguna Niguel. On both occasions, ICE lodged detainers, but officials ignored those requests. So if the California officials would have just honored the detainer, this veteran would be alive. Would have been alive. Wow. This illegal alien should have never been allowed on our streets. Wow. So here we go. Newly unsealed charges say a veteran's doorbell camera recorded the murder. Wow.
Exclusive new details tonight in the murder of a veteran in northern Utah. A suspect is behind bars in Davis County.
News special Garna Mejia has obtained recently unsealed court documents. Garna, what have you learned so far? Yeah, you guys, these murder charges were just unsealed today. It's a complex investigation that alleges a 24-year-old man drove across 3 states hours before killing the elderly veteran. In new court documents, prosecutors allege Axel Eduardo Chavez drove from California all the way to West Point, where he and a second unnamed suspect waited. 71-year-old veteran James Witten was on his front porch hanging a welcome sign when Chavez allegedly gunned him down in broad daylight.
As I read this, there's what interests me is not what I see there, but what I don't see there.
In his expert opinion, retired Deputy Chief of Police Chris Bertram, though not connected to the case, says while a motive isn't clear, the May 30th attack appears targeted.
The fact that they came all the way from California means, somebody wants to send a message.
Detectives followed a trail of evidence, mainly digital. A Ring camera on Witten's porch captured the shooting. Other cameras got the suspect's car fleeing the scene. And the moment they tossed a bag of evidence, including items allegedly worn by Chavez during the attack. The 24-year-old was traced back to Las Vegas, where he was arrested. He's originally from El Salvador and has a criminal record in California.
They're from El Salvador. They've got, tattoos that may be associated with gangs. Just in my experience, I'm going to say that there absolutely is a lot more to this story.
There sure is. The status of the second suspect is unclear. We've reached out to the Davis County Attorney and the Sheriff's Office for information, and we'll keep you posted. Chavez is due back in court on Monday. Back to you.
Great work as always, Garna Mejia. Thank you.
So I wonder, was this like a murder for hire? Was this revenge for something? Male left out in front of the passenger seat, firing 10 rounds and killing James from behind. So they just pulled up. This guy's outside hanging something. They just pulled up and killed him. This was something. What was this? Was this guy a witness to a crime? Was this guy, something? There's the motive here. It's not. This doesn't make sense. This was a targeted killing. They just jumped out and shot him, like random shooting him. Yeah. Yeah, those ducks are a pain in the butt down here in Florida, man. They destroy stuff, and they're invasive species. Yeah, don't know, but we sure need to start executing murderers. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I agree. Let's see. And there's another story here. It says the West Point community mourns the 71-year-old veteran shot and killed on his front porch. Like, was this guy? Says he's a retired Air Force and Army veteran. Like, what was going on with this guy? What did he do to cause this? You know what I mean? Like, what was he involved in? Does it have to do with his military service? Does this have to do with something he did after he was out? Did he witness a crime? Was he a witness in a crime? They were trying to silence a witness. So this is picture. This says Randy Whitten, retired Air Force and Army veteran, picture with his wife, also an Air Force veteran. So they heard 10 to 15 shots. They saw a red car speeding away. Somebody please tell me what's going on. I'll never forget that. Just the way she said it. It was so traumatic. So they did not release a suspect description. However, witnesses told that a red Honda Civic pulled up to the home before a young male suspect got out and rushed towards him while firing. He had olive skin. No, they said he was white and wearing a dark clothing and a black hoodie. It was something like it was targeted kind of incident. It wasn't like a drive-by or anything for sure. So it's very sad to see somebody who would even think about harming somebody, let alone a vet. Said investigators do not believe there is an ongoing threat to the community. However, they are urging anyone who spots a vehicle to call deputies. Well, why wouldn't they think there's any ongoing danger to the community unless they know it was targeted against that person? The convo with the Circle K lady happened to me like an hour ago. Blew my mind, like the remittance situation. Yes. Gang initiation? Maybe, but this was like a specifically targeted. I mean, they said he came from California. So it's like somebody might have paid, like, I hate to say this, but I hope they're looking in to make sure that this wasn't like an insurance thing, like the wife or somebody had him killed for insurance money. type of thing. Like, this is what it sounds like. Only thing murderers understand is execution. Yes. No manifesto for the In-N-Out Burger. I haven't heard anything about any manifesto yet. Yeah, someone paid for a hit. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, like, God forbid she'd invest in the country she's taking advantage of. Well, no, they don't want to do that. They're only here to take advantage of us. They're not here to help this country at all. That's most of the people. They're here to just take from us. They're not here to they are not here at all to do anything to you know. That's the problem. That's a major problem. So, and then number 18 on the list is Wyandotte County, or Wyandotte, Wyandotte, I don't know, County, Kansas. Legal alien arrested for murders, now in ICE custody. So we got this. Venezuelan national Jorge Paiva Suarez was arrested for murder, aggravated battery, and criminal damage to property. He's an immigration detainer hold. Oh, what do you know? It's another white man. Another white male. Another white male murderer. Nationality, Venezuelan. 3 felonies. Yes. White male. Yes, it's got to keep them numbers up. More on his legal status. DHS released a statement. They lodged a detainer. He's been released into ICE custody. It's unclear why his murder charges in Wyandotte were dropped. Venezuela. Well, unless they have a deal, unless this guy is going to CCOT, I don't know why you dropped a murder charge. You're just gonna let him get away with the murder and send him back to send him back? It doesn't make any sense. What are they doing? Kansas is full of them. Yeah. They don't come because they love America. They want to become Americans. They only come to benefit from America. Yeah. So Pulaski County, Arkansas, man and detainer arrested for a stabbing murder. Alejandro Torres has been arrested for murder in the stabbing death of Ricky Burnett, which occurred on Thursday. This says this guy, this guy right here. It's a blurry picture, but this says he's a black or African American. What? So they're even padding the African American numbers? This is crazy. Yeah, Alejandro Torres of Little Rock was taken into custody without incident. Well, he's not of Little Rock. He's been charged with capital murder. But according to the stats, they're claiming this is a black man. Can you believe it? It's crazy. My in-laws had a convenience store in Deep East, Texas. They figured out what lottery scratch-offs were winners, but they couldn't tell if the prize money was $500 or $500. That's what they said. Wow. Yes, America's a fat cow and they want the milk. That's right. So they're saying this is a black man. This is crazy. Now they call these mobsters white. Now they are black. Unbelievable. Didn't notice that. Yeah, it's crazy. Man and detainer arrested for shooting murder. 2 people have been charged with murder. So this is 2 in a row. Pulaski County, Arkansas. So 2 in a row. 2 people have been charged with the murder and the shooting deaths of Jose Miguel Juarez Mata, which occurred last Tuesday. So it seems to me like there's a lot of illegal aliens in this Pulaski County, Arkansas. What is there? Is there some kind of like packing? Is there some kind of meat packing plant that they're all working illegal aliens? I mean, what is going on? Seems like a lot of illegal aliens in Pulaski County, Arkansas, that there's 2 murders on this list. So one of the accused, Luis Reyes, has an immigration detainer. The other, Judith Sicardo Reyes, does not have an immigration detainer. So wonder why. This is a white male. See, white male for the warrant. Murders. We got a lot of murders happening. White male, my ass. Yeah. It's crazy. Then Mecklenburg County, North Carolina, man arrested for sexual battery at a pool. Mecklenburg County, North Carolina, Vipu Babude V. Patel was arrested and is accused of committing sexual battery on 2 women at a tidal wave pool. He has an immigration detainer hold. Yeah, so look at this. Let's just say lots of poultry houses in Arkansas. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Probably a Tyson town. Yeah. I was on vacation. I missed all the Fauci stuff. Anything going to happen to him? We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. Looks like the only thing I think is going to happen is there's a couple states looking at him now. This is on X. Why do commentators have to say? What do the commentators have to say about the race distortions? I haven't seen anything from like commentators. It started to show up a little bit, like Tim Pool and some other people were talking about it, like big names. But it's got to get more traction. Look at this, Karen Manning's with another gifted membership. Thank you so much. That means right now we're just $33 tres away from adding a first additional hour. And it says that Pyramid 7 became a member of the Jimsomniacs. Yes, thank you, Karen Manning, for another gift of membership. We went to Pyramid 7. Gundam's got another link for me to get here. I'm gonna have to get a little clickety clack and get those links pulled up there. Yes. Pulaski County is Little Rock. Okay. Yes. Thank you. I bet if you look at the crime statistics, they will show that over 70% of illegals, they're reporting them as being white. I think it's up there. Put cottons in your ears for this video. Nothing can prepare you to see women's pro sports. Wow. Yeah, so let's see here. And race unknown, ethnicity unknown. So they don't know what race he is or what ethnicity this guy named Patel is for sexual battery. They just don't know. 2 counts of sexual battery. Grabbing a woman's swimsuit top by the strings and pulling her towards him and grabbing the butt underneath the water. Showing unknown for ethnicity is supposed to shut us up for normally showing these cases as white. They must think we're idiots. Yeah, well, they'll change it later. They'll change it to white after we're not paying attention. Maricopa County, Arizona, 2 illegal aliens arrested. Missing girl found. 2 illegal aliens have been arrested after they were found with a girl who had been missing for 4 months. Wow. Hard to ask questions about the race distortion, like them calling Hispanics white because white is not a race, and the color races won't address whites by their races. Yeah, it is. It is. You need some hungry Haitians to take care of the Muscovy ducks. I don't think anybody really wants to eat those. They look nasty. Yeah. All part of the color races game of color baiting. Yeah, it is. I just want things to be reported accurately. That's all. That's all I do, just report it accurately. You know, when I was growing up, Hispanics was one of the boxes you could check on forums that asked your race. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And on the form still, it says black non-Hispanic or black Hispanic. So Miguel Mendez Vargas and Jose Mendez Bello are in ICE custody, and authorities are investigating if the girl was sexually assaulted. It's still there, right? The checkbox? I believe it is.
U.S. Marshals rescued a child in Phoenix who had been missing for almost 4 months. Authorities were tipped off last Thursday, and surveillance video caught the girl near a house with several men. Deputies kept watch and moved in to save her. We're told one of the suspects tried stopping law enforcement. Deputies ended up arresting 2 men. Miguel Mendez Vargas and Jose Mendez Bello are from Mexico. They're in ICE custody on federal immigration violations. Mendez Vargas is also charged with assaulting federal officers. Law enforcement is still investigating the crimes, but say there is a possibility the girl was sexually exploited. U.S. Marshals rescued a child.
Wow, sexually exploited. That's horrible. So glad she's safe. That anonymous tip was crucial. Yeah. I wish there was more information on this one. Rockingham County, North Carolina, man and detainer arrested for sexual exploitation. So, man arrested for sexual exploitation of a minor, now on immigration detainer hold. You know, it's always it's like a lot of this stuff, man.
We began today with some breaking news from the Henry County Sheriff's Department within just the past couple of hours. Through a joint investigation with the Rockingham County Sheriff's Department in North Carolina, They have arrested 18-year-old Luis Angel Zuniga Salgado. On June 27th, the 18-year-old was charged with 7 felonies with the Henry County Sheriff's Office. Officials charged him with 1 count of first offense possession of child pornography and 6 counts of second offense possession. In North Carolina, he was charged with 2 felonies of having illegal sexual contact with a child under the age of 15. In total, that is 9 felonies. We'll, of course, keep you updated on any new developments. We began.
Yes, new developments. So, Luis Angel Zuniga Salgado has been arrested for sexual exploitation of a minor. He has immigration detainer hold. So he's accused of assaulting a 14-year-old girl he was communicating with online after entering through her window at 3 a.m. Media coverage, we saw that. I just want to see if it's going to have any. It's going to have any, like. Oh, here's another story. This is gonna. So the 18-year-old Virginia man, yeah, he's a Virginia man. That's what they like to say. It's a Virginia man. It's not gonna say what he was booked as, unfortunately. But here's another story I wanted to. It's real interesting here.
County, a man is now charged in connection with the shooting of 2 teenagers in the city of Winston-Salem. Police say 20-year-old Leonardo Ruiz Marcial was involved in a fight with 2 teens during a gathering outside of a home. Officers tell us this happened Friday night on Cragmore Road. WSPD says Ruiz Marcial fired a gun and hit the teens multiple times. Both teenagers are recovering. Officers are still working to determine the relationship between the suspect and the victims.
In Wilson County, a woman is in critical condition after she was shot outside the Wilson County Courthouse. Authorities believe 19-year-old Latoya Lucas was shot in retaliation for a shooting in June that killed a 16-year-old. Lucas is charged as an accessory after the fact in that case. Police say surveillance video today shows 21-year-old Abdul Mustafa waiting on a bench outside the courthouse before approaching her. One witness reported hearing as many as 8 gunshots after.
Seems like a problem in this area of North Carolina. You got this Mustafa guy, you got that Merkel guy, you got all these things happening. It seems like a lot of weird. So Bellavision in full effect. What's up? Hey, Star Wars Marvel Purists, great to see you. Thanks for being here. I don't think they were friends. No, I don't think they were friends at all. At all. You like Peking Duck. Yeah, Peking Duck's good. Good stuff. Yeah. Good stuff. Hold on. Looking for something real quick. So yeah, a lot of weird stuff happening. It's just more and more crime. It's just happening. And it doesn't really seem like it's getting any better. It really doesn't. Really doesn't. Just doesn't seem that way. Yep. Stop wasting our tax money on these sick fucks. Don't bother to deport them. Euthanize them. Well, that's what some say. So Knox County, Missouri, 2 illegal aliens arrested after a stabbing. This is over there by our good friend Steve's area. Yes. Oh, it's going to get worse. I know. I don't see it. I don't see it good. But what's up, Narrowway? Good to see you. Boston Lover says, I live in North Carolina. Scary and sickening. Stein did not win in 2024. It was stolen. I really thought, what was his name? Mark Burns? No, wasn't Burns? Mark, damn it. Was going to win, the one guy, but they kind of, anyway. So the assailant, Ronaldo Munez Ramos, is charged with assault. It is more crime or more airtime. Is it more crime or more airtime? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. You know, if it bleeds, it leads. As Bannon says, it will stop when we make it stop. So Elizayej Robadell was arrested on an out-of-court county warrants. So, oh wait, so we got this. Oh, look at this. So we got not only the stabbers, but the victim also had warrants.
According to the Edina Police Chief David Dudley, 24-year-old Rosaldo Munoz
Mark
Ramos
Robinson, yeah.
is facing a felony assault charge for stabbing Lieza Robledo. Dudley says Robledo was also arrested due to outstanding warrants out of Pettis County, Missouri. Neither of the men are U.S. citizens. Dudley says the stabbing stemmed from an altercation at a Mexican restaurant where both men were working. It then flowed outside. Dudley says Robledo received stitches at the Scotland County Hospital, but Dudley says the charge against Ramos likely won't be carried through a court due to his illegal status. According to the
So you heard that, right? So that's what happens. That's how they get the lies that these illegal aliens don't commit crimes, because they just drop the charges and deport them. And then it's like they're not keeping the stats of the crimes because they dropped the charges. It's insane. It's insane. Just think, if the Democrats retake power in the government, they're going to open the floodgates on the border again. Yes. Peking duck. As long as our officials don't have to live it, it won't get better. Yes. It's amazing, isn't it? It's just amazing. It's very amazing that this is happening over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It is crazy. It's just crazy. It is crazy. So 2 more whites committed crimes. Yeah. It's crazy. Hamilton County, Ohio, man, a detainer arrested for 6 counts of rape. Franklin Lopez has been charged with 6 counts of rape and is accused of assaulting 2 young girls. He has an immigration detainer hold. Wow.
And charged with 6 counts of rape, accused of assaulting 2 young girls, Franklin Lopez made his first court appearance in a case today. Officers say the assault happened last year. The victims reported the assaults to a family member. Police say Lopez is a citizen of Honduras and will likely have an immigration detainer placed on him. He is supposed to be in court again and charged with.
Wow. Wow. The previous edition, well, we don't need to, we saw this edition already, so we don't need to see it, but that's just crazy. Wow. Just 12 hours ago, it says 2 illegal aliens were arrested for a $21,000 jewelry heist and a third accused of unrelated petty larceny. Daniel Ramirez, Oscar Hernandez are accused of stealing from a Walmart while working for an outside contractor. Oh.
3 people from an outside contractor hired to clean up in the Weston, West Virginia Walmart after some serious flooding last week have been arrested and now accused of theft. West Virginia State Police say Devious Diaz, Daniel Ramirez, Oscar Hernandez, all 3 face theft charges. Well, troopers say Diaz and Ramirez stole about approximately $21,000 worth of jewelry from a secure display case. Hernandez is charged in connection with a separate, smaller theft that happened during the cleanup there. The 3 worked for JCSA Services, which was an outside contractor hired by Walmart for flood-related cleanup at the store. Troopers say all 3 are in the U.S. illegally and have been placed on Immigrations and Customs Enforcement detainers. Troopers say it's expected that ICE will begin the removal proceedings against all 3.
Yeah, all 3 removal proceedings, all 3 white. Yep. If the Democrats win in 2026, I know dang well the elections will have been stolen. Yeah. It's crazy. And then 5 hours ago, that says last month, Jasui Chacon Martinez was arrested for possessing child porn or 50 visual depictions. He has, let's see, he has this guy, 50 visual depictions of child porn. And he's white. Another white guy, Josu Chacon Martinez, a white male. Wow, child porn. This is why you hear people always say about white people are with the child porn stuff and child molesters and all that stuff. It's because of this shit right here. This is where the stats go. Yes, that white race cannot be trusted. Yes. Those terrible illegal whites. Yeah. And she has her own plush blanket. Yes, she does. The dead-eyed demon. You ain't kidding. Yeah, good point. But the majority of these areas, the conquistadors raped and pillaged them. Well, Cobb County, Georgia, Marcos Martin Navarrete, Francisco Javier Carmona, and Jesus Mejia were all arrested for armed robbery, aggravated battery, and terroristic threats in relation to the same case. All three have immigration detainer holds. Let's see. Another white male. Marcos Martin Navarrete. Another white male, Javier Carmona Francisco. And Jesus Mejia. All arrested. All white males, all arrested. Immigration status is irrelevant. That's the problem, though, is then what happens is they drop the charges and then those crimes go away and they say, oh, illegal aliens don't commit crimes. Looks Indian. Looks something. He's as white as that background. Yes. He looks like a wiener chicken dinner. Yes. Yep, the damn whites. Yep. Those people are vaccinated, their children are old, and they only watch news so they don't see the world. Beyond logic, because there is no logic to the thinking. So, and my opponent is a lobbyist from Portland who fought for sanctuary cities for illegal aliens. So, Gallatin County, Montana last month, Hellas Fernando Elola Romero was arrested for multiple counts of sexual intercourse without consent, sexual abuse of children, and more. He has an immigration detainer hold. Oh, look at this. What's being done about getting these monsters out of Montana? A map is a millstone attached pedophile. Oh, what do you know? Yeah. Another violent brown illegal Hispanic child predator. You ain't kidding. So, Lewis County, West Virginia, 2 illegal aliens were arrested for. Oh, this is the case we saw this one. So, Montana. We saw that one. Last month, Maragito Hernandez Cruz was arrested for indecency with a child, sexual contact. He's currently in Travis County Jail. Oh, it's another white male. What do you know? There he goes. Another white male. Indecency, child sexual contact, and it's a white male. What do you know? Released to other agencies. So, Immigration and Customs. So, ICE detainer. And so they released him to another agency. I wonder what they did. Are they just going to let him go? Benedicto Lemus Moran has been arrested for sexual extortion, invasion of privacy, accused of using his cell phone to secretly record dozens of women and teen girls as they got dressed in fitting rooms. He has an immigration detainer hold. Wow.
Lisa Quijones is an avid shopper of this Chester County Goodwill.
Holy mackerel.
And to hear a man was caught taking images of women as they tried on clothes in the dressing room is concerning.
Nothing really surprises me. It's a whole lot of perverted people out here, and it's strange because, having children, it makes you be more cautious about, letting your children do certain things in any department store or.
No, I don't have to work hard at all to find these stories. These stories they're everywhere, man. They're everywhere. That's the sad thing. I don't have to look hard. All I have to do is open Twitter and they're right there. Yes, it happened again. It does. It happens all the time. That's why the SAVE Act hasn't passed, because commie rhinos also need to cheat and steal embezzlement money.
Public police.
Shoppers all say while they have heard of this type of situation, it's just too close to home here. State police got the first call to respond to this Goodwill in London Grove on March 27th. They say Benedicto Lemus Moran followed women around the store and towards the changing room.
According to these court documents, a woman was changing in one of the dressing rooms here at the Goodwill when she noticed a phone slip under the door.
She reported it to store workers who checked out the surveillance cameras. State police say the store manager set an alert if the man returned to get a facial recognition alert on her cell phone.
I've never heard that.
Shoppers say they didn't know the store had that capability. According to court documents, Lemus Moran returned days later, and that manager got that alert on her phone. Troopers responded and found Lemus Moran in the back of the store. And according to court documents, once he was taken into custody, it was learned he had open warrants in New York State and an ICE detainer. His phone was examined. Troopers say they found more than 24 videos, all taken in the store and all showing women changing their clothes. State police have not said if all the victims have been identified.
I wouldn't want him to be looking at my granddaughter or my kids. Yeah, send him to jail.
Lemus Moran was taken into custody. He's now being held, state police say, by federal immigration authorities.
So this is a problem, though. They need to go to prison and then get deported. Prison, then deported. Or deport them to a prison. Like send them to CCOT. Let them serve prison there. They can't just get deported and then get to come back in. Because here's the story right here. Alex Rosen caught an illegal jeet on Predator Poacher Spring 25, and ICE had him, and he was released. He found out after he ran into him working at a convenience store. He now to trust Mullins and ICE. Mullins has been saying a lot of shit that I don't like, man. A lot of shit that I don't like. Yeah. We have rights they don't give and cannot take them, and we need to stand up as a country and demand it. You know, flog and deport, straight to jail. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Question, what three-letter agency got shut down by canceling USAID? Just saying it had nothing to do with AID. Yes. So, all right, we'll go on to something besides illegal alien crime. But first, there's this here. So, just spoke to a source at DHS. A new report on deportation for the last 12 months just dropped, which includes all deportation flights, commercial and government planes. Total alien forced departures of 1,461,529. Sorry, 1,461,529. The last 7-day average of forced removals is 4,291 a day. I believe that to be a new all-time high. It needs to be like 10,000 a day. Well, that would work too, Rodney. What we should write to our representatives and senators about law enforcement calling Latinos and Hispanic white. We should. We should. It's wood chipper, then deport. Yes. Yes, we should just, what we should do is just have a wood chipper at the border with the ejection port going over the wall, or a nice hole in the wall and just shoot them through, quick. Women that live there are not fans of open border shit. Okay. It is important to share these stories, but seeing this stuff constantly does affect your psyche. Make sure you find time to enjoy yourself too. Oh, I know. I do. Whose idea is to list them as white? I know Spaniards are considered white Europeans, but these are Mexicans and Central Americans and South Americans. Lincoln Riley's killer is listed as white on the police report. It's sad. It really is. It's how they distort the figures, though. That's how they can say, like, oh, look at whites are committing all these crimes. Did you know that the vast majority of people that have been deported, that have committed crimes, that don't go to jail, end up coming back to the United States? That's true. They come right back in. They're supposed to, if they come back in, and there's been people that said, oh, this guy's been deported 4 times and come back in. It's supposed to be like an automatic 5-year or 10-year sentence if you come back in after being deported. It's supposed to be a felony. Yeah, 100% agree. Awareness is needed, but take time and be vigilant. Yeah, that's true. This does not include self-deportation. And yet there is more to be done. The demoralization wing of the right will claim that nothing has been done. Well, this is nothing. Biden let 20 million in. Yeah. Well, we need mass deportations aren't happening, and you know it. That's right. Mullen at the helm, we're fucked. That's right. I don't like Mullen. It's a felony after the first time. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is then they don't put him into prison. They just drop the charges and kick him out, and then they come back in again, and they're not sending him to federal prison for 5 or 10 years. Should be the first. Yeah, I think so. Honestly, I think if you come in once, the first time, if you break into the country illegally, you should be 5 years in prison. That's it. You come in illegally, 5 years in prison. That's it. I'm in favor of 3 strike. Well, that's not a bad thought. Even Trump says leave and we'll let you help you come back. So that's a problem. Yeah, that is a problem. You're right. It is. I can get you for so. All right. Kentucky man found not criminally responsible for a 6-year-old's death was released for custody. Yeah, this is a story. We talked about this before. This guy, he was charged. He was found not guilty of murder by reason of insanity. He killed a 6-year-old boy, stabbed him to get death. And they released him, and then they brought him back into jail for some reason. Now they released him again. A Kentucky man who fatally stabbed a 6-year-old boy in his sleep was found not guilty by reason of insanity, was released from prison on Wednesday. Ronald Exantis was released from Kentucky Department of Corrections following the December 7th, 2015 home invasion that claimed the life of Logan Tipton. So this guy, 11 years ago, killed a 6-year-old boy, and he's out of prison. How is this possible? If we booted 100 million, we could sustain and be hermits. It sounds good to me. Deport them all to a deserted island. Yes. He was released from after the home invasion that claimed the life of Logan Tipton. He broke into the family's home and stabbed Logan's father, Dean, and his 2 sisters. He told one of the sisters he intended to kill the entire family and fatally stabbed Logan as the child slept. He's a former dialysis nurse, was charged in the attack, but found not guilty of the murder by reason of insanity after the defense argued he was genetically schizophrenic. Then why is he out of anything? He should be immediately in like a home for the criminally insane or something like that, like Arkham Asylum. The illegals prison needs to be modeled after Sheriff Joe's pink jumpsuits, bologna sandwiches, and tents in the Arizona desert. It would be nice. It would be nice. Although he was acquitted of the murder charges, he was convicted on assault charges involving the 3 surviving members. So this is what doesn't make any sense. How was he not guilty of the murder, but guilty of the assaults? He was sentenced to a maximum of 20 years in prison. This sounds like some really screwed up jury. Like, what the fuck happened here? Like, who was on this jury? Yeah, proper sentencing be racist, Joe. Sounds like it. While in prison, he received almost 9 years of sentence credit, which sped up the amount of time he was required to serve. In October 2025, he was released on parole, but was quickly rearrested after failing to register as a convicted felon and violating his parole. He was then extradited to Kentucky to serve the remainder of the sentence. That's right. This guy was picked up in Florida. They were like, no. Florida's like, you ain't fucking. What are you doing here? Out. The judge and jury gave this monster a slap on the wrist when handing down a life sentence to my family. And he says he's trying really hard to not let it break him. I've carried so much of this over the years since Logan going to be with our Lord. I woke up every day, put on my fake ass smile, and carried on with life, living through hell. Today, though, I'm having a hard time trying to figure out how to go on with life, knowing that this monster gets to walk free and live his life while I lay in this bed and my baby boy is in a grave. With all these stabbings, I swear we'd be reading the EU news. Funny how we keep dogs on a leash, but not these animals. It's crazy, isn't it? Because federal judges, yes. So while he was in prison, Kentucky legislature passed Logan's Law, which amended the state's parole eligibility for violent offenders, revised procedures involving the insanity offense, and eliminated certain early release options. However, it did not retroactively apply to this guy. So I've come to terms that even though he's got Logan laws passed, it's still not enough. So it's my next goal. I'm going to fight to have the amount of time limited, and considering on how violent crime is, no time being knocked off, and our judicial system as a whole needs to be overhauled. Like, this is just crazy. I mean, how can you deal with this knowing that your kid is dead and this guy is free? Like, that's some heinous shit, man. That is some heinous shit. BLM rioters in Wisconsin threatened to kill journalist Nick Sorter and Carolyn Borshenko while preventing them from leaving and attacking their car with vomit. What the hell? Yeah, 100% heinous. Yeah. Independent journalists Nick Sorter and Carolyn Borshenko were in serious danger Saturday night after being confronted, threatened with death, and having their vehicle attacked by Black Lives Matter rioters in an autonomous zone. Like, there's no such thing as an autonomous zone. There really isn't. Not. There's no such thing as an autonomous zone. That makes no sense. The zone known as the Corey Ruiz Autonomous Zone. So this is the CRAZ, K-A-R-Z, the CRAZ. The crazy zone for the guy who tried to stab a cop, had a knife, stabbed a cop and tried to stab another cop, and was was killed by the police. And so they're Got all this zones for this guy. It's real classy. Yeah. Wouldn't vomit be classed as a biohazard? You would think. Sorter, who was driving with Poroshenko in the passenger seat, stopped near the encampment, stepped out of the vehicle. Activists surrounded them, blocked them from returning their car, swung a pole at him, sprayed vomit on him and his vehicle, damaged the left front quarter panel, and repeatedly threatened to kill him. This is just crazy. I mean, Trump's going to have to step up. He can't allow this to happen. The Justice Department needs to start filing sedition charges against people. If the local government is allowing this to go on, charge them with sedition. They are trying. This is not, you can't send up an autonomous zone. That's sedition. That's a fucking federal crime. I go backyard cabs with 10 joules. Thank you. Thank you. That's 10 cents. Thank you so much. To puke aggressively is wild. Yeah. Garbage people. Yeah. Who knows what else was mixed in with that vomit? You never know. Oh. Well. So one individual warning, hurry up and leave before your life ends out here. There's a whole team of us. Poroshenko filming from the passenger seat with a hood over her head captured the escalating confrontation.
Around here anywhere. Hey, no recording. No recording?
He doesn't want you to record him, so just respectfully, please don't record him.
Have you seen Mitch McConnell around here?
I don't know who you're talking about or who you are, but...
You don't know who Mitch McConnell is?
Can you go?
Have you seen Mitch McConnell here? Have you seen Mitch McConnell?
No, nobody has. Time for you to move on now.
Nobody's seen Mitch McConnell? You haven't seen Mitch McConnell?
Time for you to move on now.
Please.
Time for you to move on now.
He's not in there, right?
No, time for you to move on now. Are you a cop? Right, you're asking a whole lot of questions.
I can't even understand it. It's not really that difficult of a question. Somebody would, have a great day, sir. It's kind of night now, right?
Hydrated. Make sure you eat proper meals.
No, nobody has ever heard the name Mitch McConnell. This is a joke. Like nobody's ever heard the name Mitch McConnell. I know you've heard the name Mitch McConnell.
You guys do this in your work vehicle like that?
Are you like a rage baiter or something? What's your point? What's your point? We know who Mitch McConnell is. No, he's not a new. He's not a new senator. We're making fun of a Republican senator, and you guys are getting mad. I don't understand.
No, what we're mad about, and nobody's actually getting mad. I just asked if you could leave us alone and go.
You're right. I'm sorry, I keep talking over each other. What was that?
You were just talking over everybody.
I just don't understand why you show up and ask about this.
Bobby.
Well, your whole approach coming up here.
Bobby, you should just pull forward some more.
Unacceptable.
Right now. Literally right now.
Most people would like.
These people all look like drug addicts, right? I mean, don't all these people look like they're strung out on drugs? This woman, they look like they're all strung out on drugs. They have no jobs. These are like the dregs of the earth. Like they learned that in 2020 that they started using umbrellas and other stuff. Yeah, this is crazy. The bodega highlighted last week closed itself and stripped bare. Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. Yeah. St. Floyd started this. Oh, you ain't kidding. At first, they were recording everything. Now they don't want nothing recorded. That's right. They don't want nothing recorded. Nothing.
I guess we're not most people. Don't tell me to shut the fuck up, because now I'll just end up fucking. I'm gonna need you to. Wow. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, right? Just shut the fuck up. No, that's what he told me to do.
No, absolutely. I'm just sorry.
So just shut the fuck up.
They're trying to shut
Just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up.
You know what a false flag is?
Just shut the fuck up. Yeah, my child.
And you came here for
You're
what
talking
reason?
about that in
You're the one.
Wait, what reason does it matter? You came here for what reason? It's America. See, they think it's not America. All these people should be arrested by the feds and charged with sedition. This is what needs to happen. This is not acceptable in America. There is no autonomous zones. There is no, this is a free zone. This person that's blocking the road and stopping an American from traveling is violating his constitutional rights. They should all be charged.
Saying that in front of your child. Shut the fuck up. Yes, I did.
She's saying it in front of her mother, so shut the fuck up.
That's your child?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my
He's
god.
an instigator. He just trying to make us look bad and start trouble.
He's not trying to make you look bad, you fucking idiot. You all look bad. You look like retards.
You were asked nicely to leave numerous times, and you continue to stand here and record people that have repeatedly asked you to stop recording them and just move on your merry way. But you want to continue to stand here and be an arrogant asshole like nothing matters. So why don't y'all just keep going? Why don't y'all just keep going?
I understand it. We're not here for
Get him. Get him. He sat here and told me you don't have much to say now, and then have a problem. You don't have much to say now.
Hurry up and get up out of here.
And they're in a work.
Hurry up and get up out of here.
We've
Hurry up
asked
and
you
get up out of
numerous
here.
times to leave. Please
We're
leave.
going to demolish our car. Bro, come on. Bro, come on. Let's go.
This is the autonomous zone that they set up for in Wisconsin for the black guy who stabbed a cop. Is this the iteration of Code Pink? Yeah, this is the Code Pink people. This is the communists. This is them, the communists, socialists, whatever you want to call them. This is ridiculous. And then they had to go get the black lady to come, the person of color of authority. Yeah, the color of authority. Here come the person of color authority. That's right. Tell them we're going to demolish your car. So that's a crime, threatening to demolish the car.
Let's go.
Hurry up. I'm going to go back inside and watch this.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hurry up, get up out of here.
Let's go. 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 Get in the car.
One man ain't going to stop them. Well, there was one man in Wisconsin the last time this shit happened, and that man's name was Kyle Rittenhouse, and he put a stop to it, didn't he? So if a 17-year-old named Kyle Rittenhouse could defend himself and do what's right, maybe this guy should have been prepared to do what was right and protect himself. So it'll take all of us. Yeah, that's right.
Let's go. Let's go. Get in the car. Get out of here. Get out of here.
If he doesn't, he's an idiot. If he doesn't,
Shit, you dumb bitch.
Whoa,
Get out of here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Get out of here.
whoa, whoa, whoa,
Get out of here.
whoa, whoa.
Get out of here.
No, do not touch, do not.
Get out of here.
I'm not touching.
Get out of here.
yeah, that's Nick's order.
Beat your ass out here. In your car? Absolutely. Hurry up and leave. Hurry up and leave. Get in the car. Just please. Before your life end out here.
Can we?
Before your life end out here. So that's a threat to murder him. That's another crime. Like, the feds need to step in. If the local police aren't going to do their fucking job, then the local police need to be arrested too.
Get in the car. It's a whole team of us. Now end this shit. Get in the car. Yeah. End this shit. Get in the car. Get in the car.
I don't ask questions twice.
Get in the car.
Get in your car.
Get in the car.
Yes, sir. It's kind of a blur, but my car is.
So, yeah, that was pretty dumb. I don't know. Nick Sorter seems like a dummy for fucking letting this happen. The woman swinging the pole previously appeared hostile towards him during an earlier visit to the zone. So they immediately called 911. Both journalists were praised the responding Madison police officers as professional. So this is Carolyn Borshenko.
So Nick Sorter and I almost got killed last night at the autonomous zone in Madison, Wisconsin. Here's what happened.
All right, we saw that. So yeah, so
He just tried to make jokes with them. And for the record, I don't even think they knew who he was, and I don't think they recognized me.
well, you lost a lot of weight. Many people won't recognize you. So Borshenko suspects that many of the individuals involved appear to be connected to drug activity, homeless people being used as enforcers. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Leftists are giving homeless people and they camp drugs to use them as security attack dogs. So all those people are likely drug dealers who are selling drugs out of that car, or people that are selling drugs to. So said last time we got drove out of the autonomous zone in Madison. This is Madison, Wisconsin. Madison, Wisconsin. This is crazy. Yeah. She's on Ozempic, clearly. That's Carolyn Borshenko. I think she tried running for governor of like Rhode Island or New Hampshire or somewhere. Yeah, Nick Sorter better wise up. That's right. Yeah. Just think the woman who probably becomes governor fits. Oh, yeah, the governor. Yeah, the crazy communist lady, the Chinese Communist Party lady who wants to be governor. She used to be a lefty, started infiltrating Antifa. Oh, yeah. Nick needs to go with security if he keeps wanting to pull this shit. Yeah, well, she's been around since 2020. Oh, I know she's been around. I know who she is. They have a new weight loss drug. I think they call it crack. Yeah, she's not on crack, but those other people were clearly. So Sorter called for federal involvement, arguing that allowing violent anarchists to control city blocks should never be tolerated. I agree. Yeah, she's New Hampshire, but she didn't. Okay. She's still lefty, half lefty, has lefty thoughts for sure. Okay. So local reporting confirms the zone has disrupted businesses, blocked emergency access, and has drawn criticism from Mayor Shataya Rhodes Conway, yet has remained in place into early August. The mayor could do something, send the police and stop them, arrest the people. No arrest related to this assault on a journalist has been announced. I live 45 minutes south of Green Bay. There's no commies in sight. There's a bunch of commies there at that place in that zone. And the mayor, the lady running for governor, Wong or Hong or whatever the fuck her name is, Hing Hong Hao, she's a commie. You saw one of her videos like 6 months ago. She was bigger then. Yeah, she's lost a lot of weight. I hope she's not sick or anything like that. I hope it's not like, nothing serious. And then the second story of the evening, not second story. What am I saying? President Trump announces perimeters of a peace deal. Perimeters or parameters? That says perimeters, but wouldn't it be parameters of a peace deal has been agreed to? It's not perimeters, it would be parameters. Halts all planned U.S. strikes on Iran. Ugh. You guys want those people arrested by who? Madison police, the same department whose chief gave the podium to some crazy fuck? That police? Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? She's always been a bigger girl, definitely on something. She called me a liar because I had an opinion. Oh, there you go. We got like $3 billion in a room. There you go. Correct him. Correct who? AI editors would be better at writing headlines. Yeah. Oh, correct, Jim. This is nuts. It should be parameters, not perimeters. That's all I'm saying. So President Trump announced on Saturday night that the perimeters of a peace deal with Iran have been agreed to. It's not clear if he meant parameters, boundary or limit, rather than the perimeters, the boundary or peace deal either. So they're saying Trump misspelled it. Oof. So it could have been autocorrect. It was probably autocorrect on his phone or something like that. Fucking made him. So who knows? I'm noticing a pattern with Trump. Bomb them for a couple weeks and stop. It seems like it. So Trump also mentioned that he had Israel's commitment to the latest peace deal and ceasefire. U.S. hit Iran with aerial airstrikes on targets, primarily military sites. Despite the fake news, Democrats cheering on the regime, the U.S. has decapitated Iran and the mullahs. So the U.S. is ready to go. We're going to take out Iran, blah, blah, blah. It was August 1st. That was yesterday. I don't see anything about perimeters or parameters there. So the USA is locked and loaded. It doesn't say anything about, it's not clear if he meant perimeters. Did you see anywhere where it says perimeters or parameters here? I don't see it anywhere in here. Oh, right there. Attacking that the perimeters of a deal has been agreed to. Oh, well, he did say perimeters. So they're basically all these papers are bashing Trump for the perimeters of a peace deal. All right. USA is locked and loaded, ready to go to war with Iran. I thought we were already at Iran, a war with Iran. That's nuts. That's nuts to say that. So that's kind of crazy. The president said Iran and other governments in the region asked the U.S. to hold off the attack. So, based on the request, we agreed for the future benefit of the world and survival of the successful and prosperous Iran to cancel the attack. All right. Well, we'll see. Tehran had warned that any attack on its energy sector would trigger retaliation. So what? Explosion near the international airport on March 7th. So, yeah, these are just all attacks. So, administrations have maintained that any renewed negotiations will require Iran to first agree to ceasefire and halt attacks on U.S. forces. So, what happens when Iran does something again? I mean, I will say it looks like maybe, like, I don't know, oil prices did drop quite a bit. They spiked up. They were at $88 Saturday. Now they're down to 80. I used to watch Carolyn B years ago until she blocked me for disagreeing with her facts. She went from 0 to beachy in seconds. Yeah. She used to follow me on X, and then she blocked me, and now she unblocked me, but she doesn't follow me anymore. Because I disagreed with her about something. So it was weird. By the way, Iran is saying there is no deal with them. Yeah, go figure. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yes. Anytime you're dropping bombs in another country, it's a military action. It's also known as an act of war. It's crazy, right? 140 in 2006. What is that? 140 what? It's a military action. Yeah. Glass it. So $80. It's down $5 from earlier. So it hit 140 before this inflation. Oh, oil prices? Is that what you're saying? So then we got this story here. 3 dead, including a gunman, after a madman opens fire in an In-N-Out in Idaho. It's a Persian haggle. It seems like it is, right? So I don't know if you guys saw this. A madman gunned down 2 people and wounded several others at a brand new In-N-Out burger in Idaho on Saturday, sending panicked patients running for their lives. The shooter, who is among the dead, launched his rampage inside the burger joint in Twin Falls at around 2 p.m. before heading outside. In clear view of witnesses, recorded the harrowing scene. Twin Falls police chief said investigators were still working to determine the final number of people injured and did not say how many people may have been involved. Hicks also said they believe the threat to the community is over. Police said it appears that one shooter who's deceased from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Lane Cohen said he saw a person carrying what he describes as an AR-style rifle come out of a drive-through area before another man armed with a pistol began firing at the suspect. I did see images of some guy that engaged him with a pistol. Oman says they are in talks with Iran. Oh, okay. Well. So he said an employee then rushed to help the wounded coworker, dragging the woman who he said had suffered a gunshot wound to the chest across the parking lot. She was pretty bad off, but I don't know if I hope she made it. Yeah, his is the guy walking up to a car and just blasting people in a car. So glad to see proof of life from Bella. Starting to wonder if she was stuffed. No, she's just tired. I have 2 young grandchildren that keep basically chase her around all day, keep her running, so she gets worn out. Still wish I could understand that if we are energy dependent, why our gas price is so high. It's because it's an international trade. It's a global trade. We can't because oil is traded with the dollar. Part of the deal to trade oil in dollars was that it's going to be an open market and everything is traded on a global scale. So you can't just keep your oil here. You have to sell it on a internet. It has to be on a global market. He estimated hearing 3 to 4 shots. We lost one of our beautiful associates tonight. She was taking care of our most important assets, our customers. Her life was taken by a disgusting human who doesn't value lives. That's terrible. Trump stopped the bombing in Iran because other Arab countries asked and begged him to stop, not Iran. Well, then why would Iran not? I don't know. Most here weren't born when we had gas lines in the 70s. Yeah. That was also because of Iran, by the way. Look into it. So the person filming can read, oh my gosh, before that, and get down. So he's got more in the back when Aka says an armed person leans in a sedan and later opens the rear hatch. So authorities shut down the Perrine Bridge and roads in the area. So what did he have against? What did he have in the against In-N-Out Burger? Yeah, and OPEC. Well, yeah, but it was mainly at the time. It was OPEC was just starting. That was like right when OPEC started, like when OPEC got organized and started screwing around. Was in the early 70s. They held oil tankers offshore to short oil in the 70s. Yeah. Yeah. So, Governor Brad Little urged Idahoans to avoid the area and follow direction of law enforcement. Our prayers go out to the customers and associates. And so this is Chad Williams ID'd as the Idaho In-N-Out gunman after 2 killed, 7 injured in a mass shooting. So police have identified the suicidal gunman as Chad Williams, 24, went on a deadly rifle-wielding rampage at the In-N-Out Burger. I don't understand why people do shit like this. So, a man with a handgun exchanging fire with Williams. Here's a picture of it. So, hero armed citizen off-duty state trooper opened fire on a gunman, tried to stop the shooting that left 2 dead. Heroic Good Samaritan and an off-duty state trooper opened fire on the gun-toting maniac who killed 2 people and wounded 7 at the Idaho In-N-Out. Harrying video shows the good Sam drawing on 24-year-old killer Chad Williams, who was toting an AR-style rifle. Maybe they got the order wrong and he went postal. Maybe. Police say an off-duty trooper also drew his weapon and fired at the murderous nut job. Like this guy, I can't tell if that's a suppressor on the gun or if it's just like a long 22 or something. That's a very long barrel on that gun. Or is that like a target pistol, a 22 target pistol or something? Yeah. Unfortunately, our oil prices in America are directly linked with the oil supply throughout the world, not just here. But that's the thing. All oil is Chad with the suppressed 5.7, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what it is? A suppressed 5.7? Well. The gunman believed to have then killed himself. It's an FN 5.7 with a suppressor. Is it? Wow. We want to take a moment to commend the actions of the off-duty officer and a civilian. The killer seen on surveillance clutching his rifle, opened fire at the restaurant, and the violence spilled out in the parking lot. Wow. FN? Yeah, Fabrique National 5.7. 5.7 by 28. Yeah. Just like Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out Burger is ran by Christians, scriptures on their drinks. Oh, seriously? Okay. Witnesses said the shooter dashed out of the drive-thru at one point with his weapon at the driver's side of the window of the Tesla. Very chaotic. So this guy says, saw a man come out with the AR and a second man started firing at him with a pistol. Wow. FBI is assisting local police. So I suppressed 22, but it's faster and pointy. Yeah. That's a dirty, hairy gun. I don't. It wasn't a 44 Magnum. I saw the video of the guy shooting. It wasn't a 44. It sounded like. I sounded like a 22 almost, but I don't know if he had subsonic. He had subs maybe. Subsonic. All right, and then On to this story right here. We got Louisiana joins Alabama and Florida in investigating if Fauci broke state laws. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill announced on Saturday that her office will be investigating Anthony Fauci to determine whether he committed any offenses that can be pursued under state law, joining similar efforts underway in Alabama and Florida. You're a P90 fan? The announcement comes days after Fauci invoked his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination more than 100 times. Murrill pointed to a newly released diary and work records that were made public, which she said contradict Fauci's earlier claims during depositions that he could not recall key details of his own actions. And Fauci lied, and Louisiana, Missouri deposed to Fauci at the time. He claimed to not recall many key details of his own actions. So I guess maybe it's possible that since Fauci was deposed by Louisiana, if he lied in Louisiana, they can charge him in Louisiana. Well, thank you, KPT, for the late fee in PayPal. That means that's $10 from KPT, so it means now we're just 23 away from adding an additional hour to the show. Thank you so much, KPT. I didn't check either. I haven't checked at all to see if there was any money on. Oh, there is. There's a $5 from Lurch Linger on Cash App. Thank you so much. That means we are now just $18 away from adding a first additional hour to the show. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Fauci lied when they deposed him. So, yeah, I wonder if they deposed him in Louisiana or where they deposed him. That would mean they can. Fauci's fifth fuels vow to haul him into the court every day, despite Biden pardon. Officials say Biden's pardon only covers federal offenses. So, Louisiana announcement follows Florida Attorney General James Uthmire's decision to open his own investigation, which he described as Fauci's lack of candor is unbelievable and declared it past time we get to the truth of what happened. Alabama has also moved forward with a similar plan. Yes, Fauci lied and people died. Yes, he did. So Morell's office previously participated with Missouri in deposing Fauci, and the new state-level efforts are proceeding despite a preemptive pardon from Joe Biden. A presidential pardon does not shield an individual from potential state, criminal, or civil actions. Senator Tommy Tuberville, who has called for Fauci's arrest, says Anthony Fauci is responsible for the death of millions of Americans and tens of thousands of Alabamans. So the pardon signed by Biden's auto pen doesn't apply to state crimes. Tuberville is running for Alabama governor and says if he wins, he will hold Fauci accountable in his state as well. When I'm governor, I will look into ways we can hold Fauci accountable for all the Alabamans who died under his watch. That's right. The Senate hearing focused heavily on his role in the pandemic policies. We'll see. Hopefully they will do something, It just says Louisiana becomes the latest state to launch Fauci investigation. So I have a feeling this is going to say, oh, you can't play this.
A broken windshield shouldn't wreck your budget. That's why Safelite has Fix Now, Pay Later. We'll fix it wherever you want, and you can pay over time.
Sounds good, man. Safelite. Yeah, see, network connection lost. Please check your connection roll browser. So whatever reason, Fox News, somehow they figured out how to keep you from playing their stuff. That's nuts. Eaten by sand fleas until he's done. That would be nice. So I hope they all go after him. So yeah, I hope they all go after him. All right, on to this next story here. This says the breakneck pace at U.S. immigration courts is increasing deportation orders. Well, thank God. We want deportation orders increased, don't we? Don't we all want deportation orders? 1 second. Sorry, the cat wanted to go out. I had to open the door for the cat. I had to open the cat door to let the cat out. What's it say? Joe says, let me tell you the future. A judge will give him probation due to his age. I'm happy with a month or so, but he's not getting much. Well, just do to him what he did to the dogs. Yes. So the Trump administration's is packing immigration courtrooms and reducing notice periods for hearings in an effort to eliminate decades of backlogs. Yes, he's a modern Mengele who experimented on the world. So the Trump administration is clogging immigration courtrooms and reducing notice periods for hearings in an effort to eliminate decades of backlogs. The result is a record surge in the number of people missing their court dates and immediately receiving deportation orders as the system struggles to keep up. Oh, well, it's just too bad if they miss their dates and can't make it. That's just too bad. Too bad, so sad. Why? How do I clear this? Huh. So, in courts across the country, hundreds of immigrant cases are assigned daily. Dozens or hundreds of cases are assigned daily to individual judges, what known as preliminary mega hearings, which have seen significant increases. More than 1,300 such hearings were held in June alone. That's awesome. Well, I don't know. Why can't I close this? What the fuck? Well, at the same time, according to data, courts have drastically reduced the time many people have to prepare complex immigration proceedings from around 6 months to often little more than a month. So if they have a month notice, there's no reason they can't show up. If they have a month's notice, I have zero empathy. Yeah, if they have a month's notice, that's plenty of time. Fauci could be charged with negligent manslaughter. Why not? Fauci did not act alone. He should not be the only conspirator to pay the price. That's right, 100%. So the combination of the shortened processing times and overcrowded hearings block is schedule is designed to prevent people from being heard. The data shows that valid complaints are being filed away before they are resolved. The senator people aren't showing up. If you're told to show up and you don't show up and then you get a deportation order, that's kind of on you. So am I the only person who thinks there should be express ticket deportation? I mean, until we get like 200 million that are here out. Yeah, no, I think so. It's immediate. I think it's just be like, are you here illegally? Yes. Goodbye. I don't even think there should be a hearing. Honestly, what the fuck is the hearing about? You're an illegal alien. Get the fuck out. So the Justice Department office that oversees immigration courts said in a statement that judges were adjusting their schedules to resolve cases more quickly. Well, good. That's what we want to happen. That's what we want to happen. That's what we want to happen. Same thing here. They're clogging immigration courtrooms. No, they're not clogging. They're opening them up. Dozens, often hundreds of cases are assigned daily to individual judges. Good. As a result, they're missing hearings. Because according to data, courts have reduced the time for people to prepare from 6 months to often little more than a month. So they're getting over a month's notice, and then they don't. As a result, they are missing the hearings, receiving deportation orders. So they're not showing up. They're giving them over a month's notice, and they don't show up. Then get the fuck out. It's not advisable to assign so many cases to a judge. They get burned out, and there's risk of denying someone due process. No, the due process is, are you here illegally? Yes. Do you have any claim to asylum? No, then get the fuck out. Yeah, and then close the border for 50 years. There you go. Should be delaying the immigration deportation as much as Biden delayed their invasion. Yeah, exactly. They didn't delay them coming in at all. 200 million deportations or 50 years, whichever we get first. Make it so, Captain. That's right. Immigration courts are overwhelmed. There's no room for those who do not show up. There is no room for those who do not show up. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? If you don't show up, then what? Going to immigration court and these mega hearings can mean waiting outside in the heat. Oh, well. The courts call it a mega day when a judge has more than 50 cases scheduled. On a recent day, immigration judge had about 90 cases scheduled, although more than 20 people failed to appear. She ran out of time to hear them all and rescheduled a handful of cases for people who waited more than 8 hours. They left their due process at the border when they snuck in. Actually, that's exactly how it's supposed to happen. Arrest them in the streets, drive them to the airport. It's all the lawyers and the ACLU punk bitches, politicians that have created this problem. Yes. Columbia man who submitted more than 1,500 pages of evidence in his asylum application said he still wanted to obtain more documentation from members of the armed forces, business, and politicians in his country. Now, Colombian man does not need any fucking asylum. Get him out of here. A Utah judge was assigned 159 cases. In Chicago, a lawyer said in the Resurrection Project, which runs legal assistance for migrants, says, member hearings. At the start of Trump's second term, there was about 20% no-show rate for immigration court hearings. If they don't show, they get a deportation order. Get the fuck out. They've increased in tandem with the number of no-shows. Well, the nation rate case considered abandoned is now almost 5 times the historic average. Oh, well, get them out. I don't have any fucking sympathy. I want every illegal alien out. Everyone. Yeah, go back to Colombia. The court ordered their expulsion even though they were not absent. Oh, they weren't absent. What do you mean? Supporters of stricter immigration policy described this strategy as a time saver. Yes, we need to save time. It's really just optimizing the judge's time. It's increasing the number of final orders, so it's completely reducing the backlog. And the backlog, which increased considerably during the Joe Biden administration, decreased for the first time in 10 years. The number of pending cases at the immigration review, fell from 3.7 million to 3.5 million in 2025. Good. There should be a hell of a lot more, though. There's like 100 million that need to go. Mm-hmm. Lawyers representing migrants face similar challenges. Jamie Diaz, a veteran immigration lawyer in Brownsville, recently had nearly 20 cases cited in a single day, almost 10 times his previous normal pace. Well, if you're there, what difference does it make? Yeah. I am old enough to remember the ACO getting famous for repping NAMBLA. They haven't changed. No, you're right. They haven't changed. The worst thing to happen to a Mexican is to live in Mexico. Well, I guess that's what they act like. Helicopter is fast, but not the volume we need. What if we put them all in like a net and lifted it with a helicopter? The dreamers are too busy dreaming to go through the normal application process. Yes. Don't love and want a better America, deported, don't care, illegals or other commie sympathizers. Yeah, there you go. Get them all out. So basically the Associated Press, this says breakneck pace in immigration courts is driving up deportation orders. Good. That's what I say. Good. Next story. SpaceX rocket expected to crash into the moon, creating a new crater. Wow, that's interesting. If you're being civilly sued and you don't show up for court, what happens? Automatic judgment. That's right. Operation Dumbo Drop. Yeah, that's right. Net is a good idea. That's what I think, right? That's what I think. So, yeah, so we have what? Oh, okay, I guess. SpaceX rocket set to slam into the moon. A SpaceX Falcon 9 upper stage is forecast to slam into the moon near the Einstein crater early Wednesday morning, potentially producing the first impact plume observed from Earth against the lunar surface sunlit side. William Joe, a doctoral candidate at the University of Texas, Austin Cockrell School of Engineering, and the 5 co-authors posted a preprint detailing the expected lunar impact of the spent upper stage rocket. I still think we need more wood chippers than we can ship via Amazon. We'd only need a dozen. And once we see others, yeah, there you go. Slam, not land. Nice framing. Yeah. Using a high-resolution physics simulation, the researchers model what could happen when the roughly 3,900 kilos of hollow rocket hardware slams into the lunar surface. So that's about over 8,000 pounds. We presently study impact dynamics resulting from observable debris field. So a Falcon 9 upper stage abandoned in orbit since January 2025 will hit the moon. It's projected to carve out a 100-foot crater. Wow. So they say you'll be able to see it. So They hope the unplanned collision next week will provide insight into lunar geology and the risks posed by discarded rockets as the U.S., China, and private companies plan future moon bases. This video cooks Piker and Roy Singham along with his wife. Wow. The point of colliding with the moon is what? No, this wasn't on purpose. This wasn't on purpose, Miss Hacker. It's a rocket that they thought would just like go off and float out into space, but it ended up getting too close to the moon, so it got sucked into the moon's orbit, and it's going to just crash land into the moon. Is what's going to happen. It was just something went wrong. It was supposed to get released. I think it was supposed to go into a solar orbit. It was supposed to go towards the sun and get sucked into the sun. It's space junk. Elon did this. Yes, it is. It's space junk. It is. Bets on if it will ring like a bell like the last time we did this. Here's News Nation says discarded SpaceX rocket to crash into the moon early Wednesday.
Scientists and sky gazers will be at their telescopes this week tracking an abandoned SpaceX rocket. Its destination, the moon. Nearly 5-ton drifting rocket is set to crash into the moon on Wednesday, but not on purpose. This will be the second known dead rocket to accidentally hit the moon. News Nation's Marcus Espinoza is tracking this for us live in New York City this morning. Marcus, this rocket's actually been in space for over a year. What can you tell us about what happens next here?
Hey, Brooke, good morning. So I think this is really cool for all the space nerds out there, and I think for everybody, just keeping a track of what's going on with the moon. We've had so much happening just getting there, trying to get folks back on the moon. But behind me is a really cool telescope that is actually going to be able to try to track that impact from the SpaceX rocket that you're talking about here. So basically what happened,
Hit the like button.
9 rocket was used back in January, okay? And then they launched 2 lunar landers when they did so into space from private companies, Firefly Aerospace and iSpace Incorporated. Its upper stage rocket, which weighs about 10,000 pounds, has been drifting ever since. Now it's caught in lunar orbit and is set to hit the surface of the moon around 2:30 in the morning Eastern time on Wednesday, while the rocket is expected to make an impact at 5,400 miles an hour or 7 times the speed of sound. Scientists are not concerned. The moon attracts impacts from all sorts of stellar objects like meteoroids and space debris, and due to its lack of atmosphere, there is no long-term effects on its surface. This won't even be, in fact, the first time a man-made rocket has hit that lunar surface, a Chinese rocket segment that hit the moon in 2022. Many experts are looking to this collision as a good learning opportunity to observe not only the impact of man-made debris on the surface, but to call attention to the growing amount of space junk being left in the Earth's and moon's orbit by rockets, satellites, etc. Its impact is going to generate the equivalent energy of 3 tons of TNT. So it's a lot to pay attention to. The science community here is going to learn a lot from this impact when it takes place on Wednesday. And Brooke, I don't know if you've ever looked at the imagery of all that space junk that surrounds Earth. It is quite mind-boggling how much stuff we have up there. So if you think you're junk drawer, you're attic, this pack, don't worry. Space has a lot more up there from our own doing.
It has us beat.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we might be able to, I don't know. It says, I wonder if we'll be able to see it. They're saying it's going to be at the sun facing side. So if you could see the moon, they say Eastern time, 2 something in the morning, Wednesday. So if you go out at 2 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time, and look at the moon, maybe you'll see it hit the moon. Maybe you'll see something happen. Maybe you can see it. Metroids. Yes. Metroids. Valuable data. They're going to get valuable data when they watch it happen. And that is that the car you sent up there? Just curious Google GPS fail. No, it's not the car. This is like a rocket thing. Could we test nukes on the moon? Well, we could, but I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if we want to be blowing up nukes on the moon. Look at this. Mars rover discovers honeycomb-like fields on the red planet. So So the impact expected to occur at 2:30 a.m. will send debris flying into space and expected to make a crater 90 feet across. Not the car. Very unlikely you will see a thing. This sort of thing is going to happen more often. It's not the first time an abandoned rocket has gone down on the lunar world. In 2022, a crashing Chinese spacecraft dug out a pair of craters. Human on Earth won't be able to observe Wednesday's collision with the naked eye, although telescopes might pick up the resulting dust cloud. Oh, so if you have a telescope, I guess. Solar system positioning system fail. Could be. You need a pretty good telescope to see anything that small. Okay. Nukes have been detonated in space. Check out the cool explosions. Really? You don't blow up the moon unless great ape. Oh, okay. Okay. And then AP says its discarded SpaceX rocket is on a high-speed collision course with the moon. It's on a high-speed collision course with the moon. All right, on to this next story here. This was very upsetting. The DOJ drops the case against the former Olympian, says the reflecting pool renovation was flawed. His exoneration does not rule out the possibility that others vandalized the landmark. This guy. Department of Justice dropped its felony destruction of property case against the Olympian canoeist. Conceding that the damage to the memorial pool resulted from a rushed, botched installation by the contractor rather than vandalism. He was arrested on June 19th on a misdemeanor charge of destruction of government property. On July 2nd, a grand jury returned an indictment charging him with felony count of malicious destruction. The three-time Olympian vehemently denied responsibility for removing the piece of liner. He claimed at the end of a 52-mile bike ride, he decided to visit Reflected Pool to see the result of the renovation when he noticed an already peeling piece of liner. He maintains that he merely touched it to see what it felt like, and insists he didn't destroy or break or peel anything. Man arrested for vandalizing the pool. He grabbed the hose the female National Parks worker were using to clear the algae. This guy was being a real dick, though. It wasn't botched. It was sabotage. I know. Trump's pissed about this, actually. We saw this guy.
We'll get a case number for you.
The leftist card that's out here fucking around. I don't know what's going on with this.
What's happening? Can I help? Can you help? I think that's really funny. I think that's a joke. It's funny.
Yes, go grab one. Free to go. What are you holding this for?
Yeah, this is an old video. This is the guy who they dropped the charges on. I was just playing the video. They dropped it. So Jeannie Pirro noted in the motion dismissed that documents the Department of Interior produced late in the case showed reflecting pools peeling was caused by a flawed installation by the contractor who's been rushed to complete the renovations in time for the 250 celebrations. Recent visual inspection showed damage throughout the reflecting pool, even in the middle of the pool where the vandal would not have likely been peeling the lining. Given all the newly discovered information, it's difficult to attribute the widespread damage to vandalism. Okay, but Trump is not happy. Trump is not happy about this. All right. President Trump slams Pirro for dropping the vandalism case against the former Olympian. All right. President Trump on Saturday slammed Jeanine Pirro for dropping the criminal case against the Olympian. The Justice Department dismissed the reflecting pool vandalism case. The former Olympian, who was arrested and charged with destruction of property, was indicted for a felony earlier this month. Earlier this month, Pirro said Hearn violently and forcefully ripped up the sealant. So which is it? Did he violently and forcefully rip up the sealant or not?
And Deputy Chief David Lamond from the Department of Parks, from the Mideast, and damaged by individuals.
Okay, so yeah. However, Friday she said the damage was a result of a flawed installation. It was not until after returning indictment that they got the stuff from it. Was a result of a flawed by the contractor. On Saturday, Trump said he disagreed. I disagree 100% with Jeanine Pirro. I don't know what she was thinking. To me, it was a pure case of vandalism. That included the grass, which is a big 8647 emblazoned in giant letters. There may have been some contractor difficulty, but the major damage was caused by vandals. Yeah. Was this contractor was this because of the contractor problem, 8647 in the lawn? Was that contractor problem? Huh. Yeah, she needs to go back to the 5. Yeah. She does. That's crazy. So look for yourselves. The vandalism that took place at the reflecting pool, the materials being cut with a knife or box cutter for all to see. I don't know. What are we seeing there? People cutting stuff? Oh. So what they're saying, I guess, is what he's trying to say is these people, right? You see up there bending down that they're cutting it or something. I don't know. Right here, this person here, I guess they're showing these people cutting it. Is what he's saying. They're reaching their hands in with something, cutting the pool. Right here in the middle. I don't know. Did he do pee in the pool? Yeah. I didn't think he could go into the pool. Yeah. He's doing something. That person is doing something. He is. So, oh well. I don't know. So Trump's not happy about it. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it is. What can you prove? It's not what you think happened or what you know happened. It's what you can prove. So Spanish civilians wielding batons are now hunting down the African invaders in Ceuta and pushing them back over the border. Who's the man with the stick? I have no idea. We got a floater. Yeah. I watched the Vindman trial, so I'm getting a slap on the wrist, and I got 3 years for saying USA and waving a flag in the Capitol. It's crazy, isn't it? There's too many brainwashed leftists in D.C. To not have a better camera coverage on that kind of investment. It is, right? They should have better cameras. The fact that they don't, it's pretty sad. It really is. It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. The government won't do it, so Spanish men are out taking it in their own hands. There we go, I guess. They probably need something better than sticks, though. This is the way, at the end of the day, it's up to you to defend your country from a land invasion because the Biden regime proved the government won't help. In fact, they'll insist in flock cameras. Yes. That's the problem, Jim. You know, he's done something, but what? Well, that's what I'm saying. Trump's pissed. I'm pissed off that Pirro came out and said all this shit in front of the camera about how this guy did this, violently did this, and that, and then all of a sudden she's just like, we're just gonna let it go. Like, no, make it. You should know better than to trust the park police after Vince Foster. That's 100% true. That is 100% true. It really, really is. That's 100% true. Wow. So, unfortunately, wow. Morocco flushed their toilet into Spanish territory. They sure did. Well, it's crazy. It really is. It's really, really crazy. I can't put my finger on it, but something just don't seem right. Something just don't seem right. Just don't seem right. Really don't. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, vigilantism will rise when the government fails. Make the Crusades great again. Yeah. She should have known better, but there was a bit of pleasing the boss in original statements. Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing. You don't make those statements, though. The way the statement she made, it seems like they had it. You shouldn't, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a night. I didn't get the goal. And so I just don't know. We went 2.5 hours. So I don't know what else to do at this point since we didn't hit it. Really don't. So unfortunately, I think that's going to be it. So track, not attack, damn autocorrect. Yeah. So, but anyway, no worries. We'll see everybody tomorrow night and hopefully have some good news tomorrow night, and it'll be fine. Thank everybody who is here. Please remember, hit the like, please subscribe to the channel, and come back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Monday. And we'll do this again, early show tomorrow. So thank you all and have a great night. Come back tomorrow for Jim to tell you the news.